My name is Randy Bigley. Joining me on the podcast right now is Mike Hall and Derek B. from the Crawford County Soil and Water Conservation District. Good morning.
Morning. How you doing?
If someone doesn't know what that is, that sounds like a long title. Well, what is it?
It's the Soil and Water Office. It's a political subdivision of the state. There are 88 of them in the state of Ohio. Each county has one, and we work with a lot of different partners and wear a lot of different hats. We work in the conservation arena, mostly with landowners and residents in the county, along with the farmers and stuff. And we do conservation of soil and water resources, along with other natural resources conservation.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, you guys got a lot of things going on right now, too, right? Wintertime, I mean, how does that work in the winter? Because you think of soil conservation, but the ground's kind of hard right now.
Well, in the wintertime is when we do a lot of our, what I'll say, I don't want to necessarily indoor work, but it's a lot of our design work, our engineering designs, our planning and nutrient plans that we do. That's a lot of that's done. And then that kind of switches into the spring and the better times of the year when it's more fit to be in the fields. Then that kind of switches, and we actually take those design plans that were on paper and we put them into practice out in the field.
Okay.
So it's kind of, it is seasonal right now, with the snow on the ground and the ice and the frozen ground. There's not a lot we can do, but we're definitely busy doing, the designs and the planning and all that goes into once the ground's fit and the weather's better, we can get outside and get things done and get conservation on the ground.
So as soon as the thaw gets here, right, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, then you got the fall, which turns into mud. So then you need to dry up so you can get in there. So
Yeah. Unfortunately, like lots of times we'll have where it'll take a while for it to dry up because especially if you have a lot of rain in the springtime, right?
Right.
Or even the snow thawing and all.
Well, and even in Ohio now, it's not like when I was a kid when you got snow in November, December, and pretty much stayed till February or March.
Yeah.
Now we freeze and thaw all the time, so it kind of goes up and down all around.
Oh, I bet. You guys brought some stuff you want to talk about today?
Yeah, yep. I got Derek Beats here, and he's the H2 Ohio coordinator for the county.
Okay.
He's a technician, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about a new program that the state's rolled out for residents in Crawford County and farmers in Crawford County that is a pretty good up-and-coming program. So
okay. Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, so you may have heard about it in the news here within the last couple of years. It's called the H2 Ohio program. There's multiple aspects of it, but at the Conservation District, we focus on working with the farmers mainly and the ag practices. So they actually have 7 practices that farmers can sign up for. The first one is a voluntary nutrient management plan. So that's kind of tracking their nutrients and making sure that they're on par with everything and not over applying. Not that they generally would be, but it helps them to keep those things in mind. Then we have variable rate fertilizer. So as they're going throughout the field, better parts of the field, and they require more fertilizer. So we're adjusting the rate on the go with that. We're helping farmers to create those plans, as well as subsurface nutrient placement. So subsurface nutrient placement is taking it from a tank or something as they're going through the field and placing it directly into the soil. That has been shown to reduce nutrient loss, especially phosphorus. So that's the main concept of this whole H2 Ohio program, is to help reduce nutrient losses, particularly phosphorus. And it's to help clean up the lake, in effect, is what this is focusing on. I think there is a plan for it to go statewide, hence H2 Ohio. But right now they're focusing on the Western Lake Erie Basin, which Crawford County is in. Most of Crawford County is in.
Okay.
Yep. There's a few others. Manure incorporation, kind of along the same lines as the subsurface placement. Then we have cover crops, overwintering cover crops in particular. Cover crops that survive the winter generally are able to take up nutrients that are applied to a field, so it helps reduce nutrient loss as well. Then we have a conservation crop rotation. So right now there's not a lot of wheat being planted within Northwest Ohio. So planting wheat opens up opportunities to plant more cover crops or to have a growing crop in the fall and through the spring, and be able to utilize different nutrients. Then we have another one, which is drainage water management. that particular practice helps control the flow of water coming out of the tiles, so that in effect is helping to reduce nutrient loss as well.
So you guys, I mean, there's a lot that you do.
Yeah, it's a pretty large program.
Yeah, and this is a part of this from the state of Ohio here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the Ohio Department of Agriculture.
Okay.
Governor DeWine, and when the lake, he had the priority to clean up the lake was pretty huge for the state of Ohio, and this is his answer to that, and it was tasked to the Ohio Department of Agriculture, and the Ohio Department of Agriculture then works with each of the soil water districts in the state, and we're basically as partners working through this program and delivering it and getting it out there and making sure that the conservation's getting on the land in that respect.
So you think this might roll out statewide, right?
They're talking about it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years ago it started in just the Maumee watershed. It was a pilot program in just the Maumee. I think there were 14 counties in that watershed that participated. It went off so well, it was so successful that then they expanded it into the remaining 10 counties, so for a total of 24 counties in the western Lake Erie Basin. So it's pretty much everything from the Sandusky River watershed or Sandusky River on up to the bay. From there, kind of north and west from here. Crawford County is obviously, some people may not know this, but Crawford County is split is on the divide between Lake Erie watershed and the Ohio River watershed.
Oh, okay.
So the southern third of our county, the drainage goes to the Ohio River through the Scioto system.
Okay.
Scioto River down to Columbus and then on down to the Ohio River. The northern 2/3 roughly goes into Sandusky River and goes to the lake. So we're kind of on that divide. One of the nice things they did was they said, well, we're going to allow all of Crawford County, even though some of it goes south, to participate in the program. So everybody in Crawford County, even though it's an H2 Ohio Western Lake Erie Basin program, everyone in Crawford County is eligible to participate. Even if you're down around Galion or the southern part in the Scioto, you're eligible to participate. So great program.
Yeah.
It's been very well received so far. We had a sign up here. The initial sign up was we had 121 contracts. We had almost a fourth of the contracts in Northwest Ohio were in our county.
Wow.
And so we're looking at 113,000 acres in Crawford County alone getting contracted. So
wow, yeah.
It was a really good sign up for us. Very well. The producers responded really well in the county. Now the work begins.
Yeah,
It's what now we're into that session now. So where the kind of rubber hits the pavement kind of thing now.
Right. You got something else, Derek, as well? Or?
No.
Okay.
Not right now.
Anything else you guys want to cover before we go?
Yeah, we do want to mention we have we talked about I just got done talking about the contract stuff we had in phase 1. Now we have a second sign up. Okay, there's a sign up coming up for this coming fall and subsequent years. So if there are producers interested in maybe they were signed up in the first one and now they want to sign up for the second one, or maybe you weren't signed up in the first one but you found out about it and heard about it since, thought about it a little bit more, changed your mind, whatever, you want to sign up in the second. You can sign up now through April 30th of this and get into the next round of this. We are having some meetings. Derek's putting some meetings together here coming up next week. If you want to mention the dates on those meetings and where they're at and kind of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so we're doing 3 separate meetings. It'll be all at the Bucyrus Public Library, February 1st, 9 a.m., February 1st, 6 p.m., and then February 3rd, 6 p.m. as well.
Okay.
So we, like Mike said, we had a lot of contracts, and I guess the anticipation is that quite a few of those will also sign up for phase 2. So we want to have multiple opportunities for those people to come hear about the phase 2 sign up as well. So we're going to be hitting on manure incorporation, the subsurface placement, cover crops again, the conservation crop rotation, and then as well as variable rate fertilizer applications. That's going to be probably the big point of this meeting, and hopefully that we can get these producers geared up and ready to make some decisions. So
Also, if people want to know more about the Crawford County Soil Water Conservation District, how can they get more information?
Yeah, you can just give us a call at 419-562-8280. You can stop by the office Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30. We're open. We generally have somebody in the office at all times. Or you can visit our website, www.crawfordswcd.org. And also, if one of the newest things is with Facebook. I mean,
sure.
That's where most of our information anymore goes
Sure,
on
right.
Facebook.
Right.
So like us on Facebook, search for us on Facebook, Crawford SWCD. We're posting to that almost daily. We're posting to the Facebook website or Facebook page, and that's a great source for information. That's where you'll find our tree sale that's going on right now. That stuff's on there. Our fish sale's going on right now. If you have a pond and want fish, you want to buy fish, we bring that to the county. We find out about our pond clinics and our equip forestry clinics and timber management clinics, and all the programs and workshops that we put on throughout the year are on our website, and are promoted through Facebook. So, the new age is
right.
Facebook.
But that's where everybody gets their information.
You're right.
Yeah.
And we greatly appreciate you guys starting this up. I think this is a great idea.
Awesome. Good, thank you.
I look forward to doing more of these hopefully in the future.
Well, we'll have you guys back. How's that sound?
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.